Steph with Stefsonabudget. Welcome back for another video. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of budgeting. So let's go ahead and jump on in. I have a couple things. Let me move this stuff out of the way. I am going to be essentially budgeting, well, let me get to November. So I'm going to be budgeting this November 29th payday that actually came in quite a bit early. So I'm a little bit behind the curve, but it's okay. So I need to carry over into December. And if you see, I have not even set up December's monthly calendar yet. So to start for this one, we're going to go ahead and set up our monthly calendar together, which I think will be good in case anybody here is new to the Budget Mom way of budgeting. We'll kind of go through how I set this up and then how that then translates into putting it into the Paycheck budget tracker. So we're going to start here. I've already gone through and dated my spread and I've marked my paydays for December. So now I just need to go in and essentially fill in what needs to get paid on the days. So if we flip back to November, it kind of looks like this. So I'm going to just go ahead and list out all of these bills that I have for every day. And then let me highlight this because 1129 is going to get highlighted in the red color. So I do follow the Budget Mom method. I see so many different budgeters use their monthly calendar in different ways. A lot of people like to use stickers and write what bill they paid on that day, any expenses that maybe came out. So sometimes I see it used as an expense tracker. But for the Budget Mom, we're going to use the highlight method, and it's going to break down what we need to pay per payday. So I'm going to go ahead and start filling this in. I have a lot of stuff on here and I never know if it's easier to go through that with you or, speed it up. So let's go ahead and just start. So December 1st is on Sunday, which is tomorrow. And, let's see, this is technically my November, quote unquote, magic paycheck. So I don't have to pay the half of the mortgage. So we have a little bit less expenses coming out with this one, which is good. Now I'm going to do my best to try and recall what I have on the paydays, but I'll probably need to kind of flip back and forth. So I'll start some of it with you and then maybe speed you up as I kind of get further along. So on the first, we do have a Home Depot card, and that's always due on the first. For the second, I have student loans that are due, and I think that's it. So we've got my student loan. On the third, we have our internet bill, and there's some other stuff. Let's see, we have an Amazon card. It doesn't have a balance, but that account is still open, and it's due on the 3rd. And then we also have another credit card, same thing. It's an open account, but there's no balance on that, but it still goes in the spread. So on the chance that if that account were to get used, it's there and I can keep track of it. I'm gonna just work on this side and then I'll kind of work over onto that side. So let's see, I don't think there's, okay, sorry friends, weird edit here. My husband went to check the mail and then barged in singing the Happy Meal song. So, okay, so I think I was here on the 8th, and on the 8th, typically I have our home gas bill is due. Nothing on the 9th, and then on the 10th is usually our personal loan debt snowball. So early 2024, we paid off, was that 2024? I think right at the beginning of 2024, we paid off a personal loan. And so that debt snowball stays in there. For the most part, I've been able to keep it in there. On occasion, I've had to not I've had to use it in my normal budget. So I just kind of leave it there to remind me. I hope that makes sense. And then I have the electric bill for our home is due on the 10th. On the 15th, so you can see I'm just going through and listing everything that is due on the day it's due. The 15th, we pay our car insurance, and also we have Apple Music that comes out. I don't think anything on the 16th. Nope, I lied. I have a, no, my pen is gonna start acting funny. I have a, another credit card that's paid off. Let me see if I can get a pen to work here, you guys. Let's try this one. Sometimes it's like the paper. Do you guys ever notice that? Okay, so, but I have another credit card. I probably just need to actually close that one. It doesn't have a balance. And then on the 17th, same thing. So it looks like I have a lot of bills that, and I do, but a lot of these are just paid off accounts that I don't owe anything. Okay, the 22nd, I know there's something there. That's my city one. And then the 23rd is Kindle Unlimited. The 24th is nothing. The 29th. So on the 29th, what do I got on there? Okay, so we've got Amazon Kids. So we've got a subscription. And then I'm gonna put braces here. So my daughter has braces, and we pay $148 a month for those, but it comes out of my HSA. So I put it here just in case, you know, my HSA were to get depleted for some reason, but I put enough in there every month to cover it. So I kind of get the pre-tax on it. But I leave it there just as a reminder. You know, I have just this fear and paranoia of missing something, you guys. So if this seems kind of crazy, like, why would you leave it in there if you don't owe anything? You know, maybe that would be confusing, but I just have this paranoia that I'm going to miss something. So I just prefer to leave everything and then just check them every month. I go in and make sure there's no balance, nothing due, nothing like that. And I just go on my merry little way. So, the 30th is nothing. And then, on the 31st, we have, again, a couple of credit card accounts, that don't have a balance, but they're open accounts, so they stay in there. So now I just need to do the same with the second, page over here. So the 4th doesn't have anything. And I'm going to tear this one out, you guys, because it's going to be too hard for me to write up against the ring. So I'm going to just flip it over here. The 5th, I know I have our truck payment. And there's more. We've got a credit card and another credit card. This one, however, is paid off. Okay, let's keep looking. Nothing on 6, 7, or 11, nothing on 12. Okay, so the 13th is our first payday of December. I am going to need to set aside the first half of my mortgage for January. So I'll need to do that on these 2 paydays. So I split my mortgage in 2. So I save the first half with my first paycheck, the second half with my second, and then I will go in and make January's payment once I have that second half. So that's how we do that. So nothing 11, 12, 13, I don't think is anything. Okay, the 14th, I have the water bill for our home, and also, let's see, that's city 2, and that is the current debt we are working on now. Nothing on the 18th. the 19th. I have another account paid off, and then we also have Netflix. Oh shoot, I put that on the wrong day, darn it. Okay, I'm gonna have to get the white out. Okay, Netflix, the 20th. You guys, I'm still trying to make these crappy stickers work. Let's see. This is why I usually just speed it forward, but I think it's kind of nice to see how like I go through this. So same thing here, more accounts that are not active. Okay, the 21st, I have my Subaru payment. The 25th, we have iCloud subscription. The 26th, we have Disney Plus. And more accounts that are paid off. Okay, the 27th, we have our half a mortgage, another account that's not open, or it's open, but there's no balance. And then, okay, and then we have our oven debt snowball. So also at the beginning part of this year, we had to purchase some new ovens and we've paid off those. And so I have that debt snowball still in here. And then on the 28th, we have our cell phones. Okay, we did it. It's a lot, but that's all of them. Okay, so what I'll typically do next is, let me get this back on the rings here. That's why I love the ring or disc system from Happy Planner. So much easier for me. So I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna write my paydays. So I'm gonna be dealing, I don't get paid till the 13th, but I have all these bills before, and that's what comes from the 11/29 payday. So I'm gonna write that payday up here. And then we get paid on 12/13. And then we also have a payday on 12/27. So these I need to highlight accordingly. So I list the paydays over here, and I typically will make myself a little key. And I have already set, let me flip back to November. I've already set the 29th in this red color. So we're just gonna continue through that. So I'm gonna, obviously I have to pay all of this that's due before the 13th. So we're just gonna highlight all of this. Again, knowing that, you know, some of these are paid off, you guys. I put that back on there, but I don't want to yet because I still need it over here. Okay, so there's those. I think to decorate my spread, I have this Live Love Posh Holly Jolly sticker book. It's from a couple years ago, but I really liked this sticker set here. I think I'm going to use these. So I've kind of pulled red, green, and like a goldish color. So let's go ahead and do green for the 13th. Now, I need to kind of figure out, on average, my expenses per paycheck are between $3,000 and $3,200. So I typically expect to see that amount, and that just comes with time, you guys. Like, you know, knowing your budget, you know, month after month, it just comes with time. You kind of learn that about your budget. But if you're new, that might be harder to kind of determine. So the next thing I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and look at everything from the 13th through the 26th that would need to get paid here, and make sure I'm going to be able to kind of cover that. And so what I'll do is kind of work that out. So I'm going to have my mortgage, my water bill. I obviously don't know that. So I don't know this, so I'm just going to take a guess. Last month was 175. I'm going to guess about 150 because it should start coming down and down and down. My city is 150. My car insurance is 654. 19 for Apple Music. Nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. 25 for Netflix. Oh, I need to fix that. I need to get some white out. That's going to drive me crazy. So this, I keep these two in here as a debt snowball. So that's 200. And then that is 80. My Subaru is 459. My city one is 100. Kindle Unlimited 13. iCloud is 11. Disney Plus is 18. And then nothing there. So I'm at 3,014. That all feels like it should. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is kind of move on to the 27th and make sure. Now, obviously this is going to go into January a little bit. So that's why it's nice to have a couple of months ahead if you can. I wouldn't work like, 4 or 5 months out because things change, but I think it's normally I'll have 2 to 3 at least. But I've been kind of slacking the second half of the year, and hence I'm barely doing December, and tomorrow's December. So that's not good. So I'll probably just film December for you and then go ahead and get January going as well. So let's start on the 27th. So I've got that second half of the mortgage. I've got that oven debt snowball, my cell phones, Amazon Kids, nothing there. And then it's going to just pick back up at the first. So I'm going to kind of jump up here. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I need to get through January 9th. So I need to get through at least here. So nothing for Home Depot. I've got student loans, internet, my truck payment. I'm over here now, you guys. My gas bill. Oh, these two are always the hardest to guess at. This is going to get higher because it's getting colder. I'm going to guess 200. That might be off. 150, and then electric, I'll guess 150. So I'm at 33.25. So I'm a little lighter here, a little heavier here. So what I will sometimes do is make an adjustment. So maybe instead of having like the oven debt snowball or my cell phones, I'll shift it to kind of offset it a little bit. And I think that that is what I'm going to go ahead and do here. So let's do green for the 13th, okay? Because I was at what, like 3,020 versus like 3,320. So a difference of about $300. So I kind of want to balance that a little bit more. Could I make that work? Absolutely. I'm just going to have more here, less here. But I like to be pretty even Steven each paycheck. So I don't mind paying things earlier to make it a little bit easier for me. So if I took the 125, that's going to give me 31.45-ish. And then let's say 33.20 is roughly minus the 125. Then I'm at 31.95. That feels a little bit more balanced. So that's why I like to go through before I highlight, because sometimes I'll shift things. Always, of course, sometimes it's unavoidable, right? Especially if you're starting where you're behind on bills. Sometimes, you might be covering things a little bit late, but once you kind of get caught up, or if you are caught up, ideally, right, we want to make sure we're paying things early versus late. So it's easier to shift this early, especially because it's not even really a bill that I have anymore. I'm just keeping it in my budget so that that $125 doesn't vanish into random spending versus going into the debt snowball. So I'm going to go ahead and move this to this payday. And I'm going to go ahead and highlight this over here on my key in the green. And so for the 13th, we're going to highlight everything in green that we're going to pay on the 13th. So we're going to highlight all of this. I need to wipe that out. Whoop. Let me grab these ones. And I am going to highlight this debt snowball so I know, even though it's on this payday, it goes with this paycheck. And then I'm going to finish off the rest here. And we're set. Okay, so now we're set for the 13th. And we can quickly finish off the 27th. And we'll highlight our key over here so I know the 27th is in yellow. And will start going here. And then once I have January's all set up, it'll be kind of like this one is in the red. The yellow will carry over through that first week of January until my first January paycheck. So I hope that makes sense. That is how I set up the highlighter method for my budget. So we're ready to go for December. And like I said, the more consistent your budget is, you can kind of fly through this pretty easily. So we're set. So now we're ready to kind of take this information and set up the paycheck budget. And then I will decorate this. I would be a terrible planner YouTube channel. I take forever. I'm very indecisive about where to put stickers. So next time you guys see it, it'll be all Christmas and pretty. But let's go ahead and flip to the paycheck budget tracker. So we are budgeting November 29th's paycheck. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this piece of the budget together. And this might be a bit of a longer video since I'm kind of combining two elements. Our income together came to $5,127. So that's what we're looking to budget for this paycheck right here. So I need to grab everything from here. And the only thing I have here is this Amazon Kids. So I'm going to start with that. And I'm going to put an A right here that lets me know that that comes out automatically. I don't have to worry about paying that. And that's on 11/29. We're going to budget $7. So it's $6 and some odd cents. I always just round up to the next dollar. I don't like dealing with cents in my budget at all. Any cents that are left over just kind of stay in my checking as a buffer. So we've got everything from November that needs to get paid. And now I'm going to finish off with what's here in December. So we've got our student loan. And that's on this second. And we're going to budget $100. That's what I pay every month. Okay. We've got our internet on the 3rd. And that is $65. Oh, well, I started with this. I usually like to use my black marker. Nothing else there on the 3rd. Okay, so then we're going to kick over to the 5th, and we've got our truck payment, and we've got our Chase card. So this, you guys haven't seen this in my debt. I haven't been tracking it at my end of the month debt, which I haven't done a debt video in a long time. And my plan will definitely be to do one at the end of December to reset for January of 2025. So we'll be taking a good look at where we're at with our debt and what we're working on, that sort of thing. Sorry, I just kind of got behind on those and I haven't been doing them, but I thoroughly enjoy watching those videos. So I want to get back to making them for you. I think when I watch other people's debt payoff or debt confessions, it's really encouraging to me. And so, I like those videos and I like to provide them on my channel too. So the reason I hadn't included this is because it's not, this is the method we use to pay off our income taxes. And that is just the one piece of my budget I don't share with you guys, what we owe in taxes. So we've been paying on this for about a year now. So I'll probably go ahead and incorporate what's left into my debt for 2025. But we're on the 5th, so let me keep going. Sorry that I got a little winded there. Okay, so 1,013 and then 50 for the Chase. Okay, and then we've got our gas bill with just a couple things left. There's not a lot here in comparison to what we usually have, and that is because again, this is our magic paycheck, you guys. So, okay, and then I have my electric bill. And I think that's everything. Let me just quick double check. Okay, that's everything in red. So gas on the 8th, and then these two are on the 10th. Okay, my gas bill is $73 for December. This personal loan debt snowball is $150. The electric bill is 204 for December. And I feel like I actually think I have, I thought I planned to pay this. I'm gonna leave it for now. So let's go ahead and add up what I've got in fixed expenses. $1,662. Okay, yep. Hold on, I'm gonna edit because I gotta figure out what I'm missing here. I've done something. Okay, so that is what it is. I had planned to pay the city number 2, which is technically, again, one of those situations where I'm just kind of offsetting. I honestly don't know why I did that. I think I probably like miscalculated my dates, but it's gonna work out okay. So this technically should have got highlighted in red. I don't know, I'll maybe fix it. What day is that? The 14th. And I have already paid my water bill as well. Also on the 14th. Okay, so this is the bad part when I get behind, is I start paying stuff in panic, and now I've kind of gotten myself off a little bit. So $150 to the city 2. This is the current debt we're working on, and this is way above the minimum, but that's what started as the minimum, so I've kept it that. And then my water bill is $175. So okay, let's re-add all this and see where we're at now. Okay, so we're at 1987, which is good, because I was like, I was at almost 2,000. What am I doing here? All right, so now I want to take my income, 5127, minus my fixed expenses at 1987. That's going to leave me at 3,140. So I'm going to bring that down here to my variable expenses, and no changes here, you guys. We have all the same categories. And for us, that's groceries, Costco, miscellaneous, house and beauty, spending. Let's see, we've got water, we've got takeout, we've got pets. Oh, I feel like I'm missing something. Let me flip over to November and cheat a little bit. Groceries, oh, gas. Geez, I left off gas. Okay, there we go. I always know it because I always know I should only have one line left, you guys. It's kind of funny, like the little nuances. So groceries is going to get 300, 200 to Costco, 40 for miscellaneous. And this is for a 2-week period, you guys. So our cash envelopes last us for 2 weeks because we're paid bi-weekly. 60 to house and beauty, 360 to spending. We're going to put 42 to water, and this is for drinking water. We're going to put 100 to takeout, 35 to our pets, and 150 to our gas. So let's add all this up. Okay, and we're at 1287, which sounds right. We're going to take that from the 3140, and that's going to leave us with 1853. And so I'm going to take the 1,853 up to our sinking funds. I'm not stuffing sinking funds right now. I'm using savings challenges and that sort of thing. So what we've got up here is our month ahead. We are building onto our current emergency fund. So we had set a goal for to add $1,000 this year. So we've got that. We're still saving for Christmas. I save every paycheck for Christmas. We're going to do our regular savings challenges, and this is typically what I use to fund my sinking funds. And then we also have our debt binder, where I like to throw as much as I can extra to debt as well. So because I already know I have about double what I usually have left over just based on my expenses, our month ahead, we're actually gonna double up to 66. I normally do 33 per payday. We're gonna double it and use a little of this extra for savings. Instead of 40 for the emergency fund, we're gonna do 50. We're gonna do 150 to Christmas. We're gonna do 250 into savings challenges, and we're gonna do 300 to the debt binder. So let's add that up. So that's $816 that we're gonna put into our different savings categories. And if I take that from the $1,853, that's gonna leave me with $1,037. So that is still a big chunk. So we're gonna skip extra debt. We're gonna come down here to extra savings, and we're gonna put it down here. And this is going to, I'm gonna call it rollover / savings. So some things are changing at my husband's job. Right now, he takes a lot of call for his job. He works in healthcare, he's in a hospital, and he does a lot of call, but they have brought on a third employee. So instead of being on call every other week, he'll now be on call every third week, which means there's gonna be some change in our pay. There might be a whole 2-week period where he doesn't have any call, and that is a big chunk of change that he makes because he's on call for an entire week. So there is some potential that we'll have an upcoming check that is significantly less than what we're used to seeing. And so I want to hold on to this for until we see what that might look like. Because I don't want us to get into a pickle where a paycheck comes in, for $500 less than what we're used to, and I can't cover what I need to. So in order to just be prepared for that, I'm gonna go ahead and stick this into savings and designate it as this rollover. So if and when that happens, I can bring this money in to cover that shortage on the call. So that's my plan. So we're gonna put all of that aside so that we're prepared. And so that then brings us to the zero-based budget. So a zero-based budget, you guys have heard me say this a ton of times before. It doesn't mean that every dollar gets spent. It just means every dollar has a job. Even if that job is to sit there and act as a buffer, or to wait until this magic moment of time that you're gonna need it. And so that is essentially what this is doing. It's not going to anything immediately. It's intended to be saved for a reason. So it has a job, right? So that's what a zero-based budget truly means. And that is a look at how I set up the highlighter method from the Budget Mom. I obviously need to go make some corrections. And then how I then take that highlight method and put it into the budget tracker. So you can see, usually this is really where you're setting up your budget. And then now that we've done the hard work here, I just now find the pretty color and transfer it all over onto the form, and voila. So I really like this way of budgeting. I know a lot of you guys out there use the Budget Mom as well. This really works for me, and we've made really good progress using this budget method. So I love it. I love to put the pen to paper, and I love to decorate the monthly spreads and have fun and, make it look nice. It makes me happy to come back to my budget. So the next time you guys see December, I'll clean this up. I'll fix my highlighting errors, and it'll be nice and decorated. But that, you guys, is going to do it for me. This is probably an exceptionally long budget video. I hope that you found it helpful. Let me know if you like to see the monthly setup or if that's just too much. I think it's helpful for new people. I know when I started this, I tried to find as many videos like setting this up as I possibly could, and I just binge watched them over and over and over and over until I figured it out for myself. So I personally love them. I think they're helpful. You guys let me know what you think. But I'm going to end it here. Thank you, friends, for joining me for another video. If you like this one, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button to stick around, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, friends.